This is the start of something I've been wanting to bring to you so much. A healing series. Not the kind that just says, just love yourself or words of affirmation. Have affirmation ever truly helped your nervous system responses? Exactly. This is the kind that actually starts at the core. We start from the inside, from the wound that has been quietly shaping your body's survival mechanism. That is why this mapping is for everyone. Because whatever brought you here, whatever relationship broke you open, the wound underneath was shaped long before that. Okay, so yeah. Healing is layered. And today we are doing layer number 0. Also known as, let's figure out what the hell we are even dealing with here. Or, the more clinical way to say that is, we are mapping your wounds. Identifying your core wound versus your secondary wound. And remember, this layer is not about fixing anything yet. Because first, we start with stopping the wrong healing before it exhausts you. Like that mustard that has been fighting for dear life in Grandma's fridge since 1994. Yes, that mustard. That is some of us right now. So let's start finding your core wound. The core wound is not the one that hurts the most emotionally, even though that's what most people think. The core wound is actually the quiet little blasted a-hole running in the background of everything. Just like that annoying, always innocent freaking sibling who always said, "It wasn't me," knowing damn well they were. So the loud wound is the one that screams. So what happens? Your body organizes around that one because it's noisy, urgent and dramatic. But the core wound, that one runs your nervous system like a default setting. Imagine you have an iPhone. You can change the apps, but it's still going to run on the iPhone operating system. And that's the same here. Core wound, that's the iPhone. The secondary wound, all the apps around it. So the core wound, it decides what feels safe, what feels familiar, what you tolerate, what you chase. And if you don't find that core wound, darling, you're going to keep healing forever. Doing all the right things, learning all the right words and be completely stuck because you are healing the wrong one. Let's fix that. Take your time for this one. Pause, rewind, sit with it. There's a lot packed in here and that's intentional because this is layer 0 and layer 0 deserves your full attention. And before we go further, I have to ask this. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell if you like my content. So you don't miss the rest of this series. And also, and that is what I'm genuinely interested in, is when you think about healing, what's the wound you keep coming back to? Not your exes, your wounds. Healing is about you. What are your regulators? Notice your regulators. Here is where you learn what actually calms your body down. Not what sounds good from some TikTok, not what you wish would work, what actually works and what comes from the inside. Yes, stop doom scrolling now. Anyway, let's continue. Ask yourself, when I'm spiraling, what brings the most relief? Feel your body. What does your body do? What does your body do? Not your brain, your body. If relief comes from reassurance, validation, being told you mattered, being chosen again, your core wound is rejection and worth. So your nervous system is now asking, am I enough or am I disposable? But if reassurance does not help, compliments do not land, logic does not help, new attention doesn't calm you, and the pain feels like heaviness, collapse, numbness, grief, your core wound is attachment and safety. Because your body is not asking, did I matter? It is asking, how do I feel safe without them? So if relief comes from distancing, minimizing your needs, telling yourself, I don't need anyone. Your core wound is shame and defectiveness. Your nervous system learned being seen equals danger. I want to have an important clarification about abandonment. If this is what regulates you, constant checking, hypervigilant, needing updates, panic when someone goes quiet, obsession with consistency, your core wound is abandonment wound. But this is really important not to miss here. Abandonment is often a secondary wound and not the core one. And I know the beloved TikTok apps and YouTube love to say, my core wound is abandonment. And then people walk around healing the wrong damn thing. And that is like you dating that avoidant. You can do a hell of a lot better. So with that said, abandonment usually sits on top of one of these. Rejection. I'm not chosen. Attachment. I'm not safe alone. So ask yourself, does reassurance calm me? Rejection core. Does closeness without them feel unbearable? Attachment core. Because abandonment is the dashboard warning light that something broke. That's our wallet screaming when it lights up, and the core wound, that is the actual engine problem. And the bill we really don't want to pay. Look at what triggers you the hardest. Not what you think should hurt, what actually hits you. Being replaced, rejection wound. Calm closeness, attachment wound. Someone needing you, shame wound. Silence or inconsistency, abandonment wound. And remember, your body reacts before your brain explains it. And that reaction, what happens here, that is the one you're looking for. That is the truth. If this changed, I would be okay test. So finish this sentence and be honest. If I fully believed ... my pain would kind of settle. Examples for this. If I knew I was enough, that's a rejection wound. If I could feel safe without them, attachment wound. If I didn't feel wrong when being seen, shame wound. If I knew people wouldn't leave, that's an abandonment wound. Whatever goes in that blank, there's your core wound, baby. Step 4, the childhood echo. So your core wound always echoes your childhood, even if nothing dramatic even happened. So ask yourself, what feeling did I live with the longest as a child? Unwanted? Rejection. Unsafe or alone? Attachment. Too much or wrong? Shame. Constantly guessing? Abandonment. And the feeling that lasted the longest, that becomes your blueprint. That freaking blueprint your nervous system has been running on ever since. Step 5. The wound you don't argue with. Because this is the quiet but brutal one. Because your core wound is usually the one you don't fight back against. It's the belief that feels like, yeah, that's just true. I just don't even question that. It's just how it is. And that is the one your whole identity wrapped itself around. If you are really hell of confused between two wounds, replay and feel this part twice or 2011 times. The wound that activates first is often secondary. The wound that remains after the activation fades, that is your core. Example, panic, then jealousy, then reassurance helps. That points to a rejection wound. Panic, then numbness, then reassurance does nothing. That points to an attachment wound. So with all of this said, your core wound is not the most dramatic one. It's the one your body learned to live inside of. Once you know it, your healing is going to stop being a guessing game and finally start to actually work.